In this section, we will cover creating files and directories. Files can be created in multiple ways. However, directories can only be created with one command. Let's start with creating files. And the first command we will use is the touch command. So we're going to create files using the touch command. Let's start with the first example. We're going to create a file called file1. Currently, as you can see, I'm in /home/example. Let's do an ls to see if I have any files in there. As you can see, I have no files in there currently. So I'm going to run touch, which is to create a file, and then we have to name the file. The file name we are going to give it is file1. Hit enter. Let's do an ls to see if it got created. As you can see, the file1 exists and it got created. Let's see what type of file this is. So file1, hit enter. As you can see, it's an empty file. There's nothing in it. It just got created. And we used touch command to do that. Let me clear the screen. ls, the file exists. And let's move on to creating several files with the touch command. With the same command that we just created one file, we can also create multiple files. So we are going to create file 2, 3, and 4. So let's try that, see how that works. Touch file 2 space file 3 space file 4. I'm going to hit enter. If you do not get any error messages when you run a command, that means it executed successfully. Let's do an ls to see the results. Okay, so file 2, file 3, and file 4 uh, were created successfully when we use the touch command. And that's how you can create one or multiple files by using the touch command. Another thing to notice is, let's say we were creating a file, but the file name already existed. So let's say if we were creating file 1, but the file already existed, what that will do is it will update the timestamp on it to the current date and time. So it will just update the timestamp if the file already existed. We will cover again how to create files with VI Editor. So let's get started. So type in VI and name a new file, whichever file you want to create. In this case, we will name it file 5. Hit enter. We have opened this file already. And now I'm going to click on I key on my keyboard. It takes me to the insert mode. I'm just going to type in something. This is a test file. Okay, hit escape to get out of insert mode. Colon WQ to write and quit. Bang, hit enter, and the file is saved. Let's see if the file got created. Let's do an ls. As you can see, file 5 exists. Let's cat the file. As you can see, our line that we just typed in that file also exists. That's how you create files with VI editors. Let's move on to directories. Creating directories using mkdir command. As you saw earlier, files can be created in different ways, but directories can only be created with mkdir command. So the first command that we're going to run is mkdir, and we're going to create a directory called dir1. So as you can see, currently we don't have any directories. These are all the files we just created. Let's do mkdir, dir1, hit enter. Let's do an ls. dir1 right here in blue, that's our directory we just created. And that's how you create a directory. Now, what if you wanted to create multiple directories in here? Let's say you wanted to create directories A, B, and C in the same location. In that case, you will run the same command, mkdir A space B space C. hit enter. Let's do an ls. As you can see, A, B, and C exist now. So let's say you wanted to create hierarchy of subdirectories. So for example, you wanted to create a directory here, and then within that directory 1, you wanted to create a subdirectory called 2. And within 2, you wanted to create a subdirectory called 3. We're going to use mkdir command again, -p, 1. So we're creating directory 1 slash 2. That means create directory number 2 under 1. And then 3. That means create directory number 3 under 2. Let's hit enter and see what happens. Let's do an ls. Okay, so as you can see, it created only directory 1 here. Now there should be a directory under 1. So let's cd into 1. Let's do an ls. As you can see, there's directory 2. Let's cd into 2. Let's do an ls. There's our directory 3. This is how you can quickly create files and directories, and I hope you learned something useful in this video as well, and I'll see you in the next one.